Hello everyone, welcome to our today's webinar on proven strategies to go from zero to thousands of candidates in your initial days of your job board journey. We are going to discuss multiple aspects of building a job board journey in our today's webinar, starting from foundation to leveraging organic ways to building your traffic and scaling it further. Let's deep dive into all the aspects one by one. If you're building a new job board, or if you're planning to launch your own job board, then defining your niche is something that is must have. Okay. In current competitive market, you should decide that whether you want to build a general job board or a niche job board. Looking at the competition and everything, building a niche job board make much more sense. And as data also shows that building a job board can help you to grow 3x faster in compare of building a general job board. On top of that, as in when you are playing in niche, that gives you a competitive advantage that the general job board cannot provide. If you talk about certain job boards available in the market who started as niche and probably then expanded further to the larger domains or locations, built-in flex jobs, remote tech jobs, these are the certain examples who started from niche and then they've scaled it to multi-million users and multi-figure revenues. If we deep dive into how to pick a right niche or how to choose your domain or your industry before launching your job board, actually it's quite easy. You have to ask simple questions and you have to look at for simple data, and then you will be able to identify your niche. For example, any candidate pain points in any specific niche or domain, nurses finding flexible shifts, a woman finding remote jobs. These are the certain examples that how you can look for candidate pain points. You also need to validate employers' demand, that whether the employees are ready to spend or invest niche or not. Or before jumping into any sort of niche, checking competition saturation, competition level, and how you can generate a differentiation in that existing market. That also plays a crucial role. Last but not the least, monetization potential is utmost necessary. So you should also look for that whatever niche you are picking, whether there is insufficient monetization potential or not, whether the candidate or employer or companies are ready to invest, pay in that domain or not. If we give a simple formula on finding the right niche, then you can look for specific role or industry in specific location. For example, dental or healthcare jobs in Texas. Then you can scale it to multiple locations, or you can further expand your reach. Right after picking your niche and launching your job board, the very first thing that we need to look for or we need to optimize is building the right user experience as well as building the right onboarding flow for your candidates as well as your employers. As report and data shows, nearly 70 to 80% job seekers search for jobs through their mobile devices. That means your job board should be mobile first, not just mobile responsive. But as and when you are launching a job board, as and when you are defining any flow, specifically onboarding, you need to make sure that it is minimal yet frictionless so that you can convert maximum users into your engaging or retaining users. For example, if we take as a candidate journey, onboarding journey, then you need to make sure that there is some sort of social login using Google, LinkedIn. If you are building in tech, probably the GitHub, other tools, or if you're building it for blue collar, then Facebook is there for an instant sign up or instant registration. For employer, you can provide free trial, first job for free to showcase the value on your job board. Then later on, you can think for expanding it to, or you can think for charging them for a paid license. You can also add a guided jobs or post wizard or even a progress indicator in your sign up journey so that it helps you to achieve better completion rate in your sign up. If we talk about overall job application process, then apply now, resume parser, resume builder, quick apply. These are the must-have features to maximize your conversion. If we talk about an Indeed's example, then after launching quick apply, Indeed's overall job application doubled within no time. So there is a huge difference in a normal job application flow and quick apply. If you are using Artha or if you have explored Artha, then you will also get all these features are already there, and you can simply utilize all the existing features on Artha to maximize your reach or maximize your user generation journey. In job board building journey, the most and crucial part is generating organic traffic or an organic user base. And as in when we are talking organic traffic, ACO is something that is our first priority, and that should be our first priority. As in when you are building job board, or if you are currently running a job board, then make sure that your job board is connected to Google Search Console so that you can review the impressions, the clicks, the search queries, or even though any specific errors that might your job board have. It gives you all insights to make a better job board and make a better impression in Google search or other search engines. Okay. On top of that, Google Jobs Indexing API is something that I would say a game changer. So if you might have seen, there are certain domain, for example, news and media. As in when any news or media get published, article published, within just minutes, it starts appearing in Google search. While in compared to that, your normal job post or your normal page or normal website takes days or weeks in certain cases to start appearing in the Google. So to prevent that, Google also provides a similar kind of feature in job domain, that is Google Jobs Indexing API. So as in when you connect Google Jobs Indexing API, all your pages, all your jobs will instantly crawled in Google, and as per the reports, it helps you to increase your crawl budget specifically in Google by 40%. On top of that, if you talk about overall organic traffic specifically for jobs, then Google Jobs is also a major source of organic traffic. To be applicable to showcase your jobs in Google Jobs, you need to make sure that all your jobs have structured data. So if you are using Artha, then we are already auto-populating structured data for all the jobs that you are posting, whether it is backfield or whether it is manually posted. So this structured data helps you to land your jobs in Google Jobs, and that ultimately drives massive amount of traffic from Google search to your job board. On top of that, you should have a real-time XML sitemap added in your Google Search Console. So as in when you add new pages, new job posts, it instantly tells Google that there is a fresh content on the job board, and the Google crawlers will come on job board and your fresh content start appearing in the Google search. So these are the certain things: Google Search Console integration, Google Jobs Indexing API integration, structured schema for Google Jobs, and XML sitemaps are the most necessary things to have on your job boards if you're looking to leverage ACO or an organic traffic. If you further deep dive into generating organic traffic, then doing an ACO of job post pages does not add that much amount of value. The reason is very simple. If you look at the overall lifespan of any job page, that is in between probably 1 to 10 days, not more than that. Because in most of the cases, within this period of time, your job is either going to get fulfilled, expired, or deactivated. So doing an ACO of job post page for this limited period of time does not add any significant value. In that case, we're left with programmatic pages. What I mean by programmatic pages is category pages, search intent-based pages, or blog as a major opportunity to leverage ACO. In Artha itself, we have an inbuilt blog feature where you can set up your own blog post. You can configure blog categories, and we provide a dedicated SEO management for blog listing, blog detail, and job archive pages, category pages. If we talk about what are the topics that you can pick to post your initial blog post, or that can drive a traffic, then there are endless topics, but few and very basics are you can simply write about career advice, you can write about employer guides, trending topics. You can also pick evergreen as well as trending topics. What I mean by evergreen is long-term traffic, and by trending is a short-term spikes. So as in when you write about any specific evergreen content, it is bit difficult to rank on those keywords, but the traffic is going to be there for a longer period of time. If you write for trending topics, then you can get an instant traffic in certain case, but the traffic spike will be for a shorter period of time. So both is fine. You can pick based on your domain, your niche, and you can write for both kind of content. If you talk about overall example, then AngelList blog drove nearly 35% of their overall traffic organically in their initial days. We recommend you to post 4 posts per month or 1 post per week using cluster keywords. Cluster keyword is nothing but a closely related group of keywords. If I give in further example on that as well, and if you pick remote software jobs as a topic, then any other relevant keywords like work from home jobs for web developer, remote jobs for coders. So these are the closely related keywords, or you can say cluster keywords. So whatever blog post you write, you can combine these kind of cluster keywords and create a whole long list of blog posts. And as and when anyone is searching around all the close related keywords, there is a most probability that your blog post will appear and you will be able to drive an organic traffic on that. In recent days, as probably you might have also observed, that everyone who writes and blog posts use and totally AI generated blog content, which I personally do not recommend, because Google has started penalizing fully AI generated content, as well as in recent Google spam update, they have started penalizing all the domains who is heavily dependent on AI generated content. So instead of using fully AI generated blog posts or topics, you can simply get an outline from the AI, and you can write your own human language code on top of that outline. You can simply add your own analysis, your own statistics on top of that AI generated outline, and that will give you a more competitive edge in compared to totally AI generated topic, and there will be more chances that this kind of blog, where you have mix and match of AI plus your own content, will have a better traffic in compared to fully AI generated topics. In initial days of any job board or any website, everyone is facing a simple problem that despite of doing a lot of SEO activities, the traffic or ranking isn't growing. Okay, and very simple reason behind that is your domain authority. So as in when you start fresh, as in when you have a new domain, then there is no domain authority. And as in when you have a very low domain authority, there is very less chances that your keywords will rank in top 5 position. Okay, so if you want to land your topics or your keywords in top 5, then your domain should have a better domain authority or a domain rating. And now if we jump into how you can improve your domain authority, then the main and basic, or I would say a fundamental, is generating high authority backlinkings to your domain. As in when you have a more high domain authority backlinking to your domain, your own domain authority will also increase for a period of time. Here also, one thing that we need to take care is, by simply generating backlinking does not add any significant value to our domain authority. So as in when we generating any backlinkings for our own domain, then we need to make sure that the referring domain should also have a better domain authority, or in simple language, the overall backlink should have a quality backlink. So we should focus on quality backlink instead of a quantity backlinks. If we talk about how you can generate quality backlinks, then there are certain topics that you can follow. You can simply do a guest posting on multiple platforms, including Medium, Quora, LinkedIn. You can post your own guest post on probably already ranking domains which have better domain authority. You can submit your job board to job board directories. You can submit your job board to university portals. You can write about local employment reports and then probably help you to earn media attentions or media mentions. So that is also going to be an unique yet powerful backlinking for your domain. Then there is another example of one of the job board that grew domain authority by a simple partnership with Coding Bootcamp. So you can look for this kind of partnership in your industry or in your domain as well. And if you deep dive into generating few quality backlinks, then there are a lot of other topics, ideas, strategies that you can implement. Specifically, you can do a co-marketing or co-promotion with HR SaaS tools, with HR tech softwares, and you can simply do a barter system where you can you both get a quality backlinks from each other. You can sponsor niche podcast or webinars in your domain, and that's also going to give you a quality backlinks at a cheaper price. You can try for press backlinking, and the easiest one are you can simply register yourself, your domain on local chamber of commerce. You can list your domain on nearby colleges, universities, and that's how you will be able to generate quality backlinks from them. Nursingjobs.com also grew domain authority from 15 to 40 within just 12 months using these simple tactics. And I personally created a list of 100 websites where you can put or where you can list your own job board to generate a better, high quality, high domain authority backlinks for your own domain. So I've also created multiple guides. After this webinar, we are going to send an email with all the guides and including the list of these 100 websites where you can post your own job board to generate a better quality backlinks, and you can simply improve your domain authority in that. Then we jump onto a current, I would say, controversial topic which have a significant value, and probably whoever is working in SEO might have heard and who might have in dilemma that whether they should use programmatic SEO or not. Programmatic SEO can be a game changer for your job board, but you need to be very cautious as in when you are generating programmatic pages on your job board. I'll deep dive into that as well, that what you have to take care. Let's first understand that what are the programmatic SEO and how you can generate programmatic pages on your own job board. So programmatic SEO or programmatic pages is nothing but multiple, or in certain case, thousands of pages that you can generate programmatically or dynamically with minimum efforts, and that helps you to drive traffic on thousands of keywords. For example, if you create a landing page on your job board where you have jobs from a certain role plus location, or from a certain industry plus location, that is one of the programmatic pages, and you can create this kind of whole lot of pages, and that is simply going to help you to land thousands of visitors on multiple keywords. For example, marketing jobs in Chicago, nursing jobs in Dallas are programmatic pages where we have combined role plus location, or probably industry plus location. So you can create this kind of list of long pages on your own job board, and that is help you to generate an organic traffic. If we talk about the biggest player in market, and if you talk about their case study, then Indeed's 90% plus traffic was from these kind of organic pages. In recent time, it started getting declined, but still majority of the portion comes from these programmatic pages. So as I mentioned, as and when you are creating programmatic pages, you need to take care of certain things. So if you duplicate the same kind of content on multiple pages, then Google will start penalizing those pages or your overall domain, and it will simply mark all these pages as a programmatic pages, and you probably won't be able to rank on them. To simply avoid that, what you can do is you can definitely create this kind of programmatic pages. On top of that, you can add your unique content on all these pages. So if you created this kind of page where you are mentioning about role plus location, and you have nearly 10, 20 normal jobs from your overall job board, you can simply write your own content around that role or that location, or you can simply add backlinking. So then it won't be a simple programmatic pages, but it will convert into unique page where you have written your own unique content on top of that programmatic content. So that's how Google will not treat it as a programmatic pages, but it will consider it as a unique page. And simply with minimum efforts, you can create this kind of lot of pages. And now Artha also supports position as well as location based keywords. You need to add some sort of JavaScript to accommodate that as of now, but in next few days or probably by within a month, we are also targeting that we increase provide support where you can create these kind of programmatic pages within the platform. Currently also you'll be able to do that, but you have to simply add and one sort of JavaScript to make that happen. So I've also created a detailed guide that how you can create programmatic pages, how you can make it unique instead of considering it as another programmatic or duplicate page. So I'm also going to share the link, that whole guide after this webinar. So you can simply go through that and you can replicate the same strategy on your job board to generate massive amount of traffic with the help of programmatic pages. Then the last thing in the SEO is around focusing on your local SEO. The benefit in terms of local SEO is that these pages rank faster and it converts better. So if you look at the overall conversion rate, then the local pages or local SEO pages gives you a better conversion rate in compared to other SEO or other keyword pages. How you can improve your local SEO presence? By simply adding a job posting as well as local business schema. As I mentioned earlier, we are by default generating job posting schema for all your jobs, so you do not have to worry about that. As far as local business schema is concerned, we also provide an SEO management for all your jobs, all your programmatic pages, all your category pages. So you can simply add local business schema in all these pages through our SEO management, and that is going to give you an competitive edge in local SEO. On top of that, as and when you are creating this kind of landing pages, you can simply add FAQ schema that ultimately going to help you to improve your click-through rate in Google, or not just Google, but on overall local SEO. As and when you see job posting schema, local business schema, the FAQ comes with FAQ schema as well, and that also have a high ranking probability in Google, because in most of the cases your user is going to ask for that same exact question, and if you have rich snippets or schema around your FAQs, then it is going to help you to further enhance your local SEO. Also, as and when we are talking about local SEO, the major or most prominent option is Google Business Profile. You can simply focus on optimizing your Google My Business Profile as well. You can collect and authenticate reviews, and that's how you build overall credibility in search engine as well as in normal visitor. And that's how you can boost your local SEO as well. Now, apart from SEO, if we talk about another major organic channel, then the social media is there. And if you look at the data, then nearly 80% job seeker use social media in their overall job search journey. And if we can convert this social media traffic to our job board, that is something which is must have or good to have. Okay. If you are able to do that, then there is a whole lot of potential where we can drive traffic from social media to your job board. But doing social media job posting on all 5, 6 or whatever platform you are working on is time consuming, as well as it requires a lot of resource and energy. But in today's world, as you have already used or might have heard about the automation platform like Mac.com, Zapier, N8N, and using all this automation tool, you can simply create an automated workflow that is going to post jobs from your job board to all these social media platforms at specific interval. So, for example, I have personally created an whole automation that probably I've shared with multiple clients as well, and who are actively using and have seen a great result. What I did is I've created the Mac.com automation, which picks and unique jobs from the platform every single day, and that automation converted into a beautiful post, and then it posts on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Telegram, Reddit, all these 5, 6 platforms at every single day. And by doing that, you have to just spend time on simply configuring this automation once, and it is going to send all the job posts every single day to all these platforms without doing anything. And after this, after implementing this particular workflow, in few of our clients, we have seen a drastic spike in their organic traffic through social media. If you are focusing on tech or on white collar jobs, then you can more focus on LinkedIn. If you are working on blue collar, then Telegram and Facebook can be a crucial or major player that drives a significant traffic to your job board. I've also created guide around this as well. Probably in our last webinar, our colleague have shared that with you. But if you are not if you are not the part of that webinar, then we are going to send that social media automation guide again with you after this webinar. You can simply import that workflow in your Mac.com account, and you will be also able to replicate the same automation workflow within just minutes. Okay. There is as I mentioned, so we have a Q&A session after all these topics. So let's focus on that once we complete all the discussions, and we will have a detailed discussion on all the points that any queries that you guys might have, and we'll have a detailed discussion on all the FAQs we are going to have. We are going to receive. So let's focus on the rest of the points that I need to discuss. So apart from social media automation, LinkedIn newsletter can also be an important factor in driving organic traffic to your job board. And with the help of LinkedIn newsletter, you can build a recurring engagement on your platform. And as I mentioned, LinkedIn newsletter, then probably you might have a concern or a doubt that why not your own newsletter or a generic newsletter instead of a LinkedIn newsletter. So as in when we talk about LinkedIn newsletter, it has, I would say, maximum open rate if you compare it to any kind of newsletter available in the market. So LinkedIn newsletter delivers 40 to 50% open rates on all your newsletter. On top of that, it directly delivers in your inbox. All your user is going to receive app notification, and LinkedIn's algorithm is also going to boost your newsletter if it find it useful or informative. So that is an additional benefit apart from just open rate or delivering it to right inbox. So that's why LinkedIn newsletter is a better choice in compared to generic newsletter. There are certain strategies or topics that you can focus on creating LinkedIn newsletters, where you can write about trending jobs, employer spotlights, career tips, interview practice, interview questions, or overall market insights. You can write about all these topics in newsletter, and probably you can share your own job post as well, that ultimately going to land to your job board. So that way you can achieve a better open rate or better conversion rate with the help of LinkedIn. Similarly, there are a lot of communities or community platform that you can utilize to maximize your organic traffic. In market, there are already currently available options are Slack, Discord, LinkedIn communities. You can create your own community, or you can participate or partner with already existing communities, and you can co-brand, or you can promote your job board content in these communities. You can simply host virtual job fairs, webinars, that is ultimately going to boost candidate engagement as well as overall branding. If we talk about groups and channels, then you can leverage WhatsApp groups as well. And the reason behind adding WhatsApp specifically is that it's have instant reach and maximum open rates. If we compare it to other social media platforms, then WhatsApp is something which have 90% plus conversion or an open rate that nobody provides in current date. That's how you can create and WhatsApp groups and channels, and you can instantly promote your job post, your job board, and you can retain candidate as well as employer, and it is going to give them an ongoing engagement which is needed to retain your overall user base. If we talk about the most important factor after generation or after user generation is user engagement as well as retention, because just generating traffic or generating user base is not going to solve all your problems. We need to also focus on engagement as well as retention. I've added certain strategies for candidate as well as employers to retain them. Job alerts and push notifications can be one. Saved searches, resume building tips. These are the certain other ways to build retention amongst the candidates. Similarly, on employer side, as I previously mentioned, you can offer free trial or a free job posting, one-time job posting, and other activities to increase engagement and retention of your candidate as well as your employees. Last but not the least, as and when you reach to certain level, when you have a decent amount of traffic or decent amount of user base, and when you want to scale it further, when you have sufficient resource, sufficient technology to scale it further, at that time you can invest in paid ads as well, and it can be an instance of traffic, whether it is candidate or an employer. Because building an organic traffic takes time. If you want to instantly build traffic, or if you want to scale it further, then paid ads can be an additional way to look for. Specifically in the paid ads, you can focus on LinkedIn ads, Google ads, Facebook or Instagram ads based on your niche or based on your industry. You can try with a normal budget, and then you can play around based on the conversion or on the overall performance that you are getting from all these platforms. Again, if you are focusing on white collar, then you should focus more on LinkedIn and Google. If you are on blue collar, then you should focus on Facebook and Instagram. And this can be a really good way to generate maximum amount of traffic within minimum period of time. So that's all from my end. I hope that I'm able to add in value on how you can generate or how you can maximize your job board reach, starting from the foundation to scale it further. And now let's jump on to question and answer. So if we,
Hi, Tushar. Am I audible?
um, yes, Viresh, you are
Hi.
audible.
So the session was great. I just have a couple of questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So one thing you just mentioned, in the employer engagement slide, which was, I think, second from last or third from last, one of the strategies was highlighting or spotlighting the employer or highlighting their logo. Okay. So is there an option in this job board, Artha job board, to differentiate employers based on that? So suppose someone is, I'm offering them some premium, package. Can
Mhm.
I put their jobs always on the top, something of that sort? Is this feature available?
Yes. Okay. That's a good question, Viresh. Uh, there are currently two ways to promote any employer on the Artha as of now. The one
Hmm.
is on the homepage, we have multiple widgets
Hmm.
where you can highlight these premium or unpaid clients or employers. On
Hmm.
top of that, we have an inbuilt feature that as and when any paid employer post any sort of jobs, it is
Hmm.
always going to prioritize in the list. So that is
Okay.
already there. We are not showcasing it as a promoted, but
Hmm.
by default, our sorting gives a priority to all the paid employers.
So that will appear at the top.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So that is
Okay.
already there. And there are certain other ways I mentioned that using widgets, you can showcase them on the home page if needed. There is another way of highlighting this employer on job detail page by simply creating an unique banner. So we have an additional way to showcase banner on job detail page. So that's how
Hmm.
you can promote them. So there are multiple ways. But yes, we have ways to showcase your premium clients.
Got it. Got it. Thanks for that. Another question, just one question, and then I'll pass it over to whosoever wants to take it up.
Sure.
So you had a slide where you were mentioning that you had developed a workflow on name.com, and
Yes.
it could automatically push on multiple social media channels. So
Yes.
suppose I understand, Artha has a feature of backfilling jobs. Okay.
Yes.
So suppose I have two kinds of jobs, one which are picked up from backfiller and
Uh-huh.
one which is being posted by the employer himself.
Okay.
Now these two are different categories. Okay.
Yes.
Now if I use this name.com workflow,
Mhm.
will it push all the jobs on all the social media, or it will push only the non-backfiller jobs?
Okay. So currently, what I've simply created is that you can define frequency, that
Hmm.
whether you want to share this job posting at every single day or
Hmm.
at, let's say, probably for at every 5 hours or every
Hmm.
12 hours. So
Hmm.
you can define simply that frequency, that as and when you want to repetitively share this job post on all these social media platforms. And at that
Okay.
time, what it's going to do is the automation is going to pick the latest jobs from the job board and it
Hmm.
is going to share on all the social media platforms. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we can further modify it with the help of API and all. But this is the simple way
Got
or
it.
simple automation that I've created, which simply picks the latest jobs at specific interval and it keeps sharing on all the social media platforms which we
So
have
it
configured.
doesn't differentiate. It doesn't differentiate whether it is
Not as of
backfilled or.
now, but if
Okay.
needed, we can do that as well. Yes,
Okay. Thanks so much.
yes, Shubhra, please.
Yeah, I have already organic community, and it's a niche community. It's 100% organic one. And as
Okay,
a part of monetization, I want to start the job portal.
okay,
But my concern is whether backfiller job post will be penalized. Will be Google. Is this clarified or not? Because I search on Reddit threads and Quora threads and everywhere, no one is yet assured about whether this backfilling job post directly from Google searches is advisable and is acceptable by Google as a search engine we are using. Because as this is a organic community and I have built it up to 40, the domain authority is 46,
okay,
and I have audience from all over the globe. People are joining me every day, So I have candidate pool already. I have right from student up to the PhD level and the experience of 10 years.
Okay,
So this is my concern.
got your point. Okay. So as far as identifying and backfill jobs, or I would say identifying a duplicate content, there are a lot of factors. One is that as and when someone applies on that jobs and instantly redirecting to the original page, original source, then simply Google identify that this is not the original job post, this is backfilled or a scrap job post. Okay. Another way is you can simply define the canonical tag and you pass on the authority that whether it is duplicate jobs or not. To prevent this, what we did is that as and when someone clicks on any sort of backfill jobs, we are not instantly redirecting them to the original source, but we ask for certain details. So that is something we have created a workflow in a way that user won't directly travel to end user, or sorry, to end post, but they have to add certain details, probably the name, their email, the resume, and after that they are going to redirect. So that's how Google or any other algorithms will directly not consider it as a programmatic jobs, or I would say a duplicate jobs. So that is an, I would say, a way that helped us and helped us our client as well. And so far, none of our clients got penalized because of this.
Actually,
Yes.
these penalization don't start on day one.
Yes.
Google wait for 2-3 months, observe the activity, and then penalize in a very hard way that you
Agree.
cannot survive. You have to shut down your website and stay home.
Yes.
So these changes have come in the May and June 2025. It's only two
Yes.
and a half months now. So we cannot be assured that they are not penalizing or they are not under the surveillance, right?
Yes. Yeah. So no one can give you that assurance because at the end of the day, these are the jobs that is posted on some other platform or by someone else.
Because in Google search also AI automation has come. They are pushing down the websites in a very bad way. They are giving the answers by themselves. They are not showing anything. Only the top 20 websites are showing the good results and they are sustained, and this is the fact.
Yes.
That's why
So,
I am very concerned. Your marketing person has approached me around 2 months back.
okay.
My concern was there the same. So I am scrapping the Reddit and the Quora threads if someone is using it or someone has this clarity. And no, I don't have clarity. That's why I'm asking you.
Agree. So honestly speaking, you can mitigate that risk. Okay. I wouldn't say that there will be an 100% surety that Google never is going to identify or never going to uh, penalize any specific platform which have a more volume of backfill jobs. But as I mentioned, one is that one barrier we have already added. On top of that, we are showcasing unique content. What by mean unique content is we are showcasing them related jobs. On top of that, you can add your own certain content. You can add your own SEO on top of big field jobs. So that all feasibility we have in Artha. So that's where
As
you can
as
mitigate
I
that risk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as I have discussion forum, more than 600 discussion threads are already live. I have
Okay.
more than 400 candidates in my pool, and
Okay.
I don't want to waste everything.
I got your point. But
Yeah.
in that case as well, you can mitigate this by adding these certain precautions. On top of that, you can always keep balance between backfill jobs and your own job post. If you have an organic as a main channel, I would say, and in
Yeah.
that way, you will always have a some sort of advantage that you are not 100% relying on backfill jobs, and neither Google is going to 100% penalize from any particular date. So if you have both kind of content, then it will be better chances and it will be easier for you to mitigate that risk. Shubhda.
Okay.
Yes, Takima. Hello. Okay. Is anyone else? Feel free to ask if you have any questions, suggestions, doubts.
So do I need to do the manual testing and the quality check everywhere?
Not exactly, but if you
Because
want to,
why I'm asking, your
yes.
screen is showing the spelling of answer wrong,
Uh-huh.
and I have catched it, and I
Yes.
don't want such kind of tiny mistakes when I'm putting my community to global audience.
So
So
this is
do I need
a post, by the way. So this is the reason that you should
no
not.
if
All,
no
yeah.
no no if I'm accepting something and I'm presenting everything in a professional way, i
Yeah.
I will prefer everything meticulously, and being a content writer and a strategist, I point out this mistake in microseconds.
Then I would say, then you have a competitive advantage. If you are yourself as a content writer, then you should not worry about backfill or programmatic content, because you can always write your own piece of content on top of organic, or sorry, on top of programmatic content, and you will do a lot better than the rest of the job board, I would say.
You can reach out to my community and you can suggest me something. Artofblockchain.club is my community.
Sure, I'll definitely
Yeah,
visit and
yeah,
will love to participate in your community.
yeah.
Yes, we have Abudi and Takima, please. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a base, like a simple question. Hi, everyone. Thanks to Shar for the great presentation. So I want to ask about programmatic. Right now, programmatic is created under the blogs. Am I right?
Sorry, can you please repeat? I didn't
The
get you properly.
programmatic part, is it handled under the blog section, or how do you handle the programmatic part?
No, so as I mentioned, within the custom pages itself, I've created an unique JavaScript that picks specific jobs from your whole browse job widgets. So that's how you can create an programmatic pages for specific location or for specific category or position. So I've created a complete guide. You need to add an additional JavaScript as of now to create this kind of programmatic pages. And currently we are also planning to create and programmatic widgets in the job board itself. And using that, you will be able to create a number of programmatic pages probably within next 1 month. But till then, you can also create programmatic pages, but you have to use some sort of JavaScript that we have created so far.
Okay, so basically these are category programmatic pages.
Not only category, it will be location-based programmatic pages as well. For example, if you want to create an jobs in city name, then also you will be able to create. If you want to create a combination of category plus location, then also you will be able to create. For example, software developer jobs in city name, then also you will be able to create these kind of pages as of now.
Okay, I understand what you mean. So basically the search filter is made in a programmatic way where the combination of it is going to create pages. And that is ready with the JavaScript code.
Yes.
Okay, and that will eliminate any category or locations without jobs. So if you have 0 jobs, that wouldn't show on Google. Is that correct?
So as in when you are creating these pages, so as of now, what we did is you have to simply create specific kind of pages, jobs in city name, and our
Okay.
JavaScript is automatically going to add jobs from that city. So it's
Okay.
you who are creating pages. It's not the dynamically getting generated as of now, but you
Okay.
will be able to create this kind of multiple pages. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get this code after the call. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Definitely, we are going to send an email with all the guides that we have discussed today. And
Okay.
I briefly mentioned how you can create programmatic pages as of now. And if needed, you can get in touch with me or probably with other members as and when
Sure.
required, and we'll help you to set up programmatic pages.
Okay, that's good. So the dynamic part is coming the next month, where it can go that dynamically, hopefully. And
Yes.
one more thing
At the
regarding
time, yeah, it's going to provide multiple filters,
Yeah.
location, category, position, skills, experience. So there is going to be endless possibility after that.
Okay, is there a way to add more filters to the jobs itself on the board? Like, for example, let's say we have members of XYZ club, for example, that joined us, and the job seekers want members to have that filter. Is there an option to add more filters in the job field?
Not as of now, because we haven't created filters in a way where you can map it with any sort of custom field. So as of now, all the filters that we have is programmatically created and it's static. Probably in near future, as in when we provide and feasibility to map any sort of filter with a custom field, at the time you will be able to create this kind of filters as well.
Okay, one last question. Regarding
Yes,
the programmatic, so pages we're creating, for example, we want to create one full landing page for, like, I don't know, jobs in Delhi, jobs in Malaysia, etc., etc. And we want to
Yes.
create a full landing page, but programmatically. So, it's basically connected to server, pulling data from the server, etc., but programmatically dynamic with a drop down, etc. Is this currently on the roadmap?
So, as I mentioned, creating programmatic pages without manual intervention, we would not recommend, because as in when you create thousands of programmatic pages, and as in when there is no differentiator or unique content, then there will be higher probability that Google will penalize those pages or domain. So we are going to provide support, but as a job board owner, you need to decide that these are the pages where I can add my own piece of content, or these are the pages that I want to create and I have content for. So that's why we are not going to keep it 100% programmatic, but we'll give that option to you and you will be able to create those pages out of that.
But that's what I mean. For example, for this to happen, we need to have an architecture. We need to have a home page, sub-page inside the internal linking, and the format where we can create this. So this is what I mean. Is this on the roadmap to create this for us?
Yes, so that is already there. And in current page itself, the current guide that I'm going to share with you, what I did is, apart from programmatic context, you can add your own text widget on the pages as well. So that's how you can create your unique content apart from the programmatic one. So that support is already I have provided. So you can also start working on it. And as and when we have that full widget on the platform, then you will have a whole lot of opportunity to create any kind of pages.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll check it out. Hopefully, it's going to be readable from Google, because JavaScript is blocked by Google. So the whole of that thing. So if it's readable and functioning, that would be great. Thank you.
Yes, so we have already tried with 2-3 clients, and so far it is working fine. And as I mentioned, within the next few days, we are going to provide widgets as well. So there is no dependency on JavaScript after that. So far it is working perfectly fine.
Thank you, Tushar.